Hey guys, it's Superior and welcome to PHP tutorial number 44. In this tutorial we're going to be looking at running queries in PHP files. Okay, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. Now, I have well, I've got 3 files, but only 2 you guys need to be worried about really for the moment. Those 2 files are the index.php and the mysql_connect.php. Just for the sake of tidiness, I put my connection information and connection variables inside another folder, which in this case is called mysql_connect. And then whenever I need to connect, I just include the mysql_connect.php file. Okay. And in that, it's pretty simple. Is just defining the stuff, and then making the database connection variable, and then selecting the database as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at the actual code. Now I'm going to require _once the mysql_connect function. This is basically the same as the include function or the require function. It just I think it makes sure it's only included once. It's kind of like the pragma once preprocessor directive in C++, I guess. Then, as tradition goes, you basically create a variable called q, and inside that you put your MySQL statement. That should theoretically be a semicolon there. You put the MySQL statement. Now these are all the things we've looked over in the past 7 or 6 tutorials, I think it might be, about MySQL statements. You put it all in between quotes in this variable here. Then to run the query, all you need to do is after connecting to the database, really, you can then create. It's best to create a variable because often you'll get results back from that query, even if it's not a select query. I mean, obviously you'll get results from a select query because you're getting information, but even if you're like inserting information, you'll often get results as to whether it was okay, whether it ran, whether the query was run properly, all that kind of stuff. So and then you can check that in your PHP script and then say on the page, sorry, couldn't process your request, or well done, you've been registered, or whatever, So that variable is generally called R for result, and then you just assign it the value of the mysql_query function, and that takes one argument, which is the query to be run, in this case the Q variable. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm kind of being suffocated by the deodorant I just sprayed, so I don't think it's affecting me too much, but there we go. Okay, it's out of my mouth now. It's pretty disgusting. But anyway, now we're gonna cover something quickly which is slightly more complicated. That is getting results about well, in this case getting results from a select query. Okay. This can be done in several ways actually. In this case I'm using a while statement, and I'm just saying a row variable is equal to mysql_fetch_array. Then I'm passing it in the result variable, which holds results about our query, about what happened when our query was executed, and a mysql_association or something, enumeration basically. Now this mysql_fetch_array gets the array of results inside, which are hidden inside the result object which MySQL gives us back. And so that's basically what row we'll get. That will then get information from the result variable. So that's what row gets. Now the only thing we need to know about the second argument is whether we want it to be whether when we access the row array, whether we want to be able to use the column names, okay, or whether we want to use if it's either mysql_num or mysql_assoc or mysql_num. So whether we want to use column names, which is a lot easier to remember, or whether we want to use 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in that case we have to remember what order the columns are in the database as well, just so you know. Okay, so if we were using MySQL_num, I think it would be like this would be 0 and then 1 and then 2, but because we're going to use MySQL_associate or associated, I don't know what it actually stands for, the actual word, but it means associative or something like that. We can use the names of the rows, okay? Also, in your query, if you have select username, password, email from that, or password, as it were, if you were using like an as query, so select username as user, that would then pass through to your row away, so you'd now refer to the username as user instead of its original column name, username, okay? So just a little heads up there. There we go. Select all. Okay, so now let's just quickly check out the results of what's happening here. If I go into the tutorials folder, and there we go, we get the username, the password, and the email. Let's just look in the PHP MyAdmin to confirm this. Sorry, suffocating from the spray again. Now if I drag this out quickly, that's a bit, get a bit closer. Is that helped at all? Not really. Okay, let's paste these into Notepad. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now you can see the first one, the username is the same, the password's the same, and the email's the same. Second one, all the same. Third one, all the same. So it looks like we've successfully selected data from our database. Okay. So quick tutorial, you guys. Basically, just showing you how to run queries and then how to get results from queries. That's all we're gonna do for now. I want to end this before it gets over 10 minutes. I mean, we could probably... I don't want to start another subject because it would be another 10 minutes or so. So we'll cover that in the next tutorial. But next we'll be looking at like... I think we're going to look at another function and maybe one other thing as well in the next tutorial. So over and out for now, guys.